In the start, we see that the building is collapsing and people are calling for an ambulance. There was a man inside the building who thought that his luck finally ran out. He thinks that his life was full of a series of bad luck events. Even when he tried hard, he'd always screw it up, a life without any expectations. If he were to be reincarnated, he's not going to say he wants to be happy. He wants to live a normal life, not a life with no purpose, but an ordinary life where he can do a little bit of good every now and then. After that, we see a girl whose name is Leah. She gave birth to a boy, and the nurse tells that it's a healthy boy. They gave this baby a name Siegbert. She is very happy after meeting him. Baby thinks that he really reincarnated, but as a baby. After that, we see the protagonist when he died. He is somewhere else and is shocked because he thought that he died. There is a man who thanks him for his hard work and tells him that this man is the keeper of life and death. This world is the world between life and death. Keeper tells him that the protagonist already lived a full life and also realized that his life was full of unfortunate events. In the end, he got crushed by a steel pole that fell off a building under construction. Keeper asks him to not worry and tells him that after this he will be able to reincarnate into a whole new world, and he will also receive various benefits. Keeper tells the protagonist that he is special. He throws a contract at his face. Keeper tells him the conditions. First, he will be able to carry over his previous life's memories soon enough. He will be able to understand the language of the world. Blessing of reincarnation will give him all sorts of useful benefits and points. And at last, a very special benefit. He will receive appraisal eyes with splendid power. These are the eyes that can judge and evaluate what he sees. Moreover, his case is special. Keeper tells him that he will know how powerful this ability is when he uses it. The final part of this thing is the reincarnation lottery. Protagonist thinks that this is very suspicious. He wanted to get an explanation about the world, but he had no choice but to accept the reality. He got a golden bean. He thinks that he got gold even with this much bad luck. Keeper makes a questioning face and says that you got that world. As expected, the one who possesses luck. Well, without any delay, the Keeper throws him to the chosen world. While he falls down, he thinks that the smiling face of the Keeper is his previous life's final memory. After that, we see the present date. Siegbert, who is the protagonist, is still a child and looks very cute. Leah, who is his mother, asks him if he recognizes her mother's face. Siegbert thinks that he can clearly see the face of his new mother. His father is there and says that Siegbert looks healthy. Maid tells this man whose name is Gilbert to not be rough on a baby because his neck still lacks strength. Siegbert thinks that he wants to know who he is and learn about this world as fast as he can. He's still a baby, so he can't talk or walk. He sees the clothes of his father and concludes that this is indeed another world. He recalls that the Keeper told him about the magic with special benefit. He remembers that the Keeper told him about the appraisal eyes. So he immediately decides that he wants to use the appraisal eyes. He tried to use it, but the Keeper never told him how to use it. Suddenly, so many windows appeared in front of him. He immediately adapts to it because they look like game windows. Truthfully, he doesn't really know. He means it's great to know that he already acquired all the magic attribute stuff but ability value. His look is 200, but his other stats are very low, and magic is 100. Two little girls arrive there. One with a happy face, her name is Ariane, and second with shy face, her name is Theovolt. Maid asks them to be quiet because Leah and Siegbert still need some rest. Ariane makes a sad face and says sorry because she got carried away. She couldn't wait to meet Siegbert for the first time. Theovolt says that she will be careful next time. Ariane sees his brother and says that he is so cute, and when her older brother sees him, he will dote on him. Theovolt says that Siegbert looks like their mother. That's why he is so cute. But from a baby perspective, it is so scary. So Siegbert grabs Theovolt's finger because he got scared. They say that they want to play with Siegbert. Ariane tells that the Siegbert looks like a doll and wants to make him wear cute doll clothes. But Theovolt reminds her that Siegbert is a boy, so he will not like this stuff. Siegbert is scared because he doesn't want them to play with him roughly. Ariane says thanks to him for being born. Leah is happy because they are getting along very well. For Siegbert, it's so hard to believe that his family is so warm and innocent despite his bad luck. He's very grateful to have been born into this family. Leah reminds that tomorrow is the initial appraisal, and they will ask Willie to do that. Sieg hears that and thinks about what is initial appraisal. Gilbert is not happy, saying that he doesn't trust the appraisers considering what happened with Gerd. But Lia tells that if Willie does it, then everything will be all right. Sieg is hearing these names for the first time. Willie is the uncle of these children's. Theobald points out that the uncle is working in a faraway place. He's a great knight for sure and always traveling around, but as of now he's out of the country for a mission. She asks if it is necessary for Sieg to receive initial appraisal. What if the same thing like Geld will happen? Arian tells that the Gerd is another brother, and he's not here right now but in the magic school. Initial appraisal is a custom practice for just born noble kids so that they can verify their element aptitude. Sieg will learn the magic that suits his aptitude. If he has no aptitude, he will learn martial arts, and as such it is an important practice that determines the training policy of the successor. Theobald asks what if Sieg has aptitude for advanced level magic. Because of that, Geld at the age of 5 had to forcibly join the Magic Academy. They said it's for his growth as an excellent magician, but most of them never come back. Gerd didn't want to part with Mother, so he cried a lot. That happened because the appraiser disclosed Geld's attributes. Gilbert relieves Theobald, saying that this time he swears he's gonna protect Siegbert. The baby that is born with aptitude for advanced level magic is forced to enroll in the magic scroll. Sieg is scared because he knows that his aptitude is for advanced magic. If that happens, the family will be sad and instead, he will spend his time studying alone. When he thinks he will live a peaceful life, he asks if his bad luck is still strong even in this world. He asks himself about what he can do. After that we see Sieg is alone with the maid and is trying to remove his element, but he can't. He must do something with this advanced attribute by tomorrow. Just holding one of these will make a problem. If he gets caught having all of these, it might be more than just confinement in magic school. Furthermore, that suspicious keeper says that there is something special about me. He thinks that he can't do this alone, so he wants someone's help. Something appears and calls Sieg its master. This thing asks him if he wants any help. Sieg gets scared after seeing that thing suddenly appearing in front of him. That is an explanation system. Explanation system tells him that the things that Sieg can't understand via appraisal will be explained by the explanation system. This world appraisal eyes professor mostly can estimate ability by sensing it to a certain degree. But only a special master that has special appraisal eyes can see all kinds of information in detail. Explanation system recommends him to learn concealment skill if he wants to hide his status. Sieg asks about how to use it. Explanation tells him that he hasn't acquired the skill yet, so can't use it. Sieg asks about how to learn it. It tells him that to learn the ability, unlike magic, it's not affected by any attribute, but they are out of time. It's impossible to learn the concealment skill on his own by tomorrow. However, the special master has the reincarnation blessing 1,000 points. Sieg tells the explanation system that he can't understand how to use it. Explanation tells him that if he uses these points, he can get the skills that are useful in this world without too much effort. If he uses 1,000 points, he can get the highest grade concealment skill and hide himself from the special appraisal eyes. Sieg decides to use it immediately. Explanation system tells him that 1,000 isn't a small number. From now on, when he wants to learn an ability, it will take a lot of effort. Sieg remembers his family and says that he knows it's such a waste, but he doesn't care. Right now his priority is to reassure his family that loves him so much. Next day we see that Willie arrive at their home. Willie says his greeting to Lia and tells her that she is still beautiful. Willie takes Sieg in his hand and asks him if he is nervous and tells Sieg that he is his uncle. Willie uses his appraisal to check Sieg. Sieg is praying to let him live in peace. Gilbert asks Willie if he shows any sign of light or holy element. Willie tells him that he has aptitudes for fire, wind, earth, water, and void. Such an excellent kid. But he has none of the advanced aptitudes. Sieg is relieved, and after that he discusses with the helper and decides not to have all attributes even if they were lower-level attributes. So he narrowed it down to 5 only. Light and dark elements seemed rare. Blessings, his appraisal eyes, and special things that the keeper gave me, he concealed all of them. Will tells Lia that Sieg has resistance to poison, paralysis, darkness, curse, and abnormal status. He inherited his mother's resistance skills. Lia is happy. They both are very happy. Sieg thinks that he didn't conceal any inherited resistance skill because it's a precious gift from his mother. He'll have to thank Helper for his efforts in helping him later. Willie decides to see info on his body and magic. With this state, Willie is sure that Sieg is gonna be excellent. Willie sees so many wings coming out from Sieg. Gilbert asks him what's wrong. Willie tells him that Sieg might be the lucky one. Gilbert gets stunned after hearing that. Willie tells him that when he uses appraisal eyes, a person/T fortune will be visible in the form of wings, and this is Willie's first time seeing wings this huge. Willie knows that the one who is loved by the god will be called the lucky ones, but he thought a person like that existed only in fairy tales. Sieg is shocked because in his previous life he just had bad luck, but now he becomes the chosen one. Willie says that not only the wing but Sieg also has so much magic power, more than when Willie was born. Willie tells them that this is beyond prodigy level. If this becomes public knowledge, then Ministry of Magic will not sit still. Sieg gets shocked after hearing that and thinks that this is beyond his expectation. Even though he doesn't want his family to have to deal with sad memories, he asks himself about what will happen from now on. He sees his luck stat and thinks that luck number can't be that high. What's the meaning of this? Willie says that it's a chance that God gives to the lucky ones he loves. There's a saying that you can even be a god if there's power to seize the chance. The lucky one is a rare being that is full of mystery. The Ministry of Magic will surely use Sieg as an experiment. Gilbert gets very sad. Sieg looks at him and thinks no way, even though he didn't want his family to deal with bad memories. But Leah is happy. She says that she is happy to become a mother of such a talented kid who is even loved by the gods. Leah asks Gilbert to protect Sieg. Gilbert promised her that he will protect him. Gilbert tells Willie that the problem is announcing the appraisal eyes result. Willie says that they will just announce the magic element for this time. Willie mentions that announcing the results of the initial appraisal of a noble is only to show off the prestige of their air element after all. But Gilbert feels odd not to and wants magic power. Willie tells him that it's okay. There's no one who will doubt when the number 1 knight, the vice knight who protects the country, announced it. Gilbert finally agrees. Willie decides to keep the Sieg's special power secret from everyone. Leah says that it will be between just 3 of us. Willie realizes that there are 2 more people and says that it will be between 5 of us. We see Ariane and Theovolt was hearing everything while hiding behind the door. Will confirms that they've been peeking since the appraisal started. Willie tells them that hearing adult talks is not an admirable thing. Ariane tries to take all the blame and Theovolt also tries to take all the blame. Willie tells them that he is not angry at them. Ariane says that the teachers at the magic school are very excited about it. They are expecting to see another special student. So, if Sieg had advanced elements, she was going to try to convince Father to now announce it. Leah thanks to them and tells them that the Father will protect Sieg, so they don't have to worry about him. Sieg is crying with tears of happiness. Willie warns them to not tell anyone about this. They get scared and say yes. Sieg also gets scared and thinks that Willie might be a scary person. After that, with the help of Sieg's uncle and others, only his elements were announced to the public. The Ministry of Magic didn't take him away. Few months later, Sieg finds out that the bad luck in his previous life was just an error. Helper tells him when Helper salvaged through Sieg's previous life status by relying on Sieg's remaining memories. He found that someone had overwritten luck to an abnormally low value. Sieg died in an accident in his previous life because of bad luck, but that seemed to compensate for Sieg's original abnormal luck. Helper guesses that the life and death guides force Sieg to be reincarnated in order to cover up this situation. Helper is not sure if it's a mistake or intentional, but he thinks the current overly special blessing and the benefits are to compensate for that. Sieg thinks that he was dumb thinking that he was the chosen one and curses the keeper. Sieg asks the Helper if he was the lucky one from the start, and that is still connected to him in this life. Helper confirms that saying that's correct. There are so many books around him. Helper asks Sieg about why there are so many books. Sieg tells him that these are all elementary-level magic books. The maids seem puzzled by the baby Sieg who is engrossed in magic books, but being surrounded by books like this make him much calmer, and when the maids will let me out of their sight for a bit. During that period, Sieg decides that he will learn magic with his language mastery skill. Sieg was quite the bookworm in his previous life, and this is a chance to learn magic. These past few months he's learned a lot about magic. He tells that there are 12 elements of magic. When you want to use magic, you must have the corresponding element, but fortunately Sieg has all of them. The power of magic depends on the user's magic power, but the most important thing for magic in this world is visualizing. If he just vaguely visualizes it, the magic won't activate. The more clearly you can visualize it, the better the magic will work as it should. That's why the same magic can be unique to each practitioner. Today Sieg is going to try the much-awaited beginner-level light magic called luminance. Luminance is magic that illuminates darkness. First step is to let the magic through the user's body. When the user's body gets warmer, strongly visualize the dark road that's illuminated with fireflies like in Sieg's previous life. Sieg successfully illuminates his room. It feels like a dream to Sieg. He is getting really excited. He wants to remember lots of magic. Now he tries to visualize the light bulb of the theater. So much light comes out that Sieg is about to pass out. He still needs a lot of training. Gilbert arrives there and gets shocked. Sieg is also stunned. In another room we see Leah. Maid is asking her about how she is feeling. She tells her that she's calmed down. She is holding a photo of Gelt and saying that he is okay. Suddenly Gilbert appears there holding Sieg in his hands. He tells her that Sieg was standing. Maid asks Gilbert not to talk rudely to Leah. Gilbert calms down and tells Leah that the Sieg was standing. He puts down Sieg and sees that he is actually standing. Sieg was assuming that he got caught using magic, but he was wrong. He thinks that the father was surprised by how he could already stand up instead of seeing the magic. Gilbert asks him to walk toward Mother. Sieg thinks that he can't walk yet, but he also can't let his mother down. Sieg barely walks to his mom. He gets exhausted with just 2 steps. Leah praises him. Gilbert also praises him, saying that he never expects Sieg to learn to walk this fast. Gilbert is holding him so tightly that Sieg thinks his neck is going to break. Butler Hans appears behind him. Hans asks him about how long he is going to abandon his duties. With an angry face, Hans asks Gilbert to return. Leah thanks Gilbert for bringing Sieg to her. She asks her maid to bring some books from the Sieg's room. This maid's name is Anna. Sieg is very tired after using magic and walking. Mother asks him to take a rest. She says that she is really happy because Sieg is going to turn 1-year-old soon, and also he is learning to walk very fast. Sieg sees her and thinks that she is looking very different. She asks him to remember the days that he spent with her. Suddenly she passed out. Anna gets there and is very shocked after seeing Leah like that. Sieg is also very shocked. We see somewhere else. Gelt is there. Someone tells him that there is a letter for her. First Gelt tells to not disturb her, but gets shocked after hearing that Leah passed away. After that we see the tomb of Leah, and family members are very sad. Albert, who is the eldest son of the family, appears there in order to help with family problems. Willie tells Gilbert that the funeral is mostly done, and he will handle the rest of the work, and asks Gilbert to rest because he hasn't slept for a long time. Many days have passed since Leah passed away. Gilbert tells him that he wants to send Leah off with his own hands until the very end. Then Sieg learnt that Leah had an incurable disease at the funeral speech. It is also said that it was a miracle that Leah gave birth to Sieg. He's the closest, and yet he doesn't know. Leah was always beautiful and vibrant, never seemed in pain. If only Sieg had used appraisal eyes, he would have realized that Mother was sick, and with his special blessing, he could have learnt magic that could have cured her illness. Albert is holding Sieg. He sees Theo is going somewhere and asks her about where she is going. Theo tells him that he is going to greet Gelt because she loved Mother more than anyone. We see a maid trying to stop Gelt. She jumps to attack Sieg, blaming him for killing Leah. Anna is holding Sieg. She used a light wall to stop Gelt's attack, but she used a thunder spear that injured them. Albert arrives there to stop Gelt. Sieg and Anna are on the ground injured. Theo says that she and Ariane will cast the healing magic, so someone calls Gilbert and Willie. Albert is holding down Gelt and asks her why she is doing this. She tells him that if Sieg wasn't here, Leah would not have died. Albert asks her to not say such stupid things. Albert tells her that because of Sieg, Leah's health improved, and she gave her children all the time to make some last memories, and this happened because of Sieg. Gelt is still angry and blaming Sieg for her death. Willie appears there and asks Albert to step away from there. He uses snow magic to freeze Gelt. Gilbert also arrives there. Willie uses water healing to heal Anna and Sieg. He praises Theo and Ariane because they did a good job handling the situation. Willie asks Anna if she is okay. She tells them that she is okay. Willie tells Gilbert that Sieg is also fine. Ariane and Theo are fine. Willie asks Anna to rest. Anna tells him that she will continue working without rest. Ariane asks Gelt about why she did such terrible things, and tells her that Mother Death has no relation with Sieg. Gelt says that they all are getting fooled, but Ariane is still with Sieg and asks Gelt to promise that she won't do this again. Gelt is still saying that she will Sieg. Ariane asks Gilbert to not let Gelt near Sieg. She tells Gelt that she will never forgive her if she does something like this again. Willie asks Gilbert that they have to find everything. Gelt sees them and thinks that why is it always Sieg? Since his birth, he's always been the center of attention. Gelt was the one who'd be left out in the cold. Sieg, who was always besides Mother, has the same hair and eyes as Mother, loved by everyone. She thinks that Sieg stole her place and her mother. That's why she will never forgive him. After that, we see finally Sieg wakes up. His sisters are very happy after seeing him. By the way, I was thinking that Gelt was not a girl, but he is actually a boy. This is not my fault because he looks like a girl. Now Sieg thinks that he was by brother Gelt. From the way Gelt looked at him at the funeral, Sieg knows he hated Sieg. That terrifying gaze is burned into Sieg's mind. Theo and Ariane say sorry to Sieg because they weren't able to stop Gelt. Sieg thinks that the big brother is not bad. Willie tells them that he is using surveillance magic, so if Gelt gets close to Sieg, it'll report back to Willie or Gilbert. After that, we see Willie in another room. He says good work to Gilbert. Willie asks Gilbert about Gelt. Gilbert tells him that no matter what he said to Gilbert, he won't listen. He's full of hate and grudge for Sieg. He tells Willie that father learned about this and is willing to take Gelt in. Now that this happened, Gilbert can't let Gelt to enter the mansion again. It's a sad thing, but he thinks he'll leave Gelt to father. Willie tells Gilbert that during the incident, he used appraisal skill on Gelt and sees that he's not brainwashed. It's possible that someone made things up, or that it's some mind contamination. This magic school is suspicious. Gilbert tells him that he is right, but if they were really Gelt's true feelings, Willie doubts that a child can do this much and suggests that they should search the inside of the magic school first. There must be something there. Gilbert immediately decides to go there, but his legs give up. Willie tells him that his body and heart reached their limit, so he should get some rest. Willie volunteers to take care of the matter and promises that he will find out the cause. Gilbert apologizes to Liao because he can't do anything. Willie observes the surrounding angrily and calls himself worthless because he couldn't protect anything and warns the person who did it to prepare for the punishment. Everyone changed after this incident, and also Sieg changed after this. In order to protect his family, he trained hard even as a child, reading books to learn magic to become stronger, to have no regrets. He always remembers his mother. For years later, bro, now I realize that Theo was also a boy. What is happening here? Like, look at this face, you think that this is a boy. Whatever. Sieg comes to Theo and asks him to take him with him to defeat the monsters. He is shocked after hearing that. Sieg tells him that he knows that Theo is secretly working with the Adventurer Guild, and today he's going to meet someone named Nikolai to defeat some monsters. Theo is stunned and asks him how he knows that. Sieg thinks that he can see this information using his appraisal eyes from the status information that he gained beforehand. It seems that Theo is going to defeat the monster with an adventurer named Nikolai. Theo tells him that it's too early for him. He asks him not to beg him because he will never take a kid with him who can't defeat a monster even if it is his little brother. He uses magic in front of him and says that he can also fight. He gets shocked because Sieg should not be able to handle this. Sieg tells him that he can do more than this. He thinks that he's learned something from practicing magic, and that is just using only won't increase magic power. We see flashback where Sieg is training to become stronger. He says that despite having this much magic power, he can't use advanced skills, and also his magic power is not increasing. Helper tells him that it's because he is not using his level. The people of this world subconsciously absorb the power released when they defeat monsters and transform it into their own power to grow. Sieg appraising eye shows how this work in the level and experience category. His magic power is 100 at level 1. If he don't raise his magic power by defeating monsters, His magic power will not increase, and he will not be able to use stronger magic. That's why he is asking Theo to take him with him. Theo asks him about why he is in such a hurry. He replies that if someone precious to him is about to die, him right can't help him. Sad things can happen at any time, even if it's just a bit. Sieg wants to get stronger quickly. He agrees to take him to defeat monsters, but just this once. Sieg is very happy. Theo asks him to not get separated from him. Sieg says that he will be careful. Theo says that he will let Sieg defeat White Rabbit in the forest. Sieg asks him about the White Rabbit. He tells him that it's the monster that he will defeat in the White Hunt in a few months. White Hunt is a tradition where a noble's child experiences defeating a monster for the first time. Let today's battle be rephrased for that. Theo tells him that they are lucky because Ariane was gone to the tea ceremony. She would definitely not send Sieg to defeat the monster. They arrive at their destination. He asks Hans to pick them up at the scheduled time, and asks him to keep this thing secret. After that, Theo tells Sieg to not use his magic in front of Nikolai. Sieg agrees with him. Sieg holds her hand because he is 5 years old, but in mind he is a grown man. Theo gets happy and decides that he will protect Sieg. They arrived at Wild Forest. Sieg is surprised after seeing the beauty of this forest. Everything is white here because it is filled with a unique magic power. There are many monsters that even a novice adventurer can defeat, so it's good for practice, but it's connected to the Hush Forest where terrifying monsters live, so Theo tells Sieg to don't go far. Nicolia arrives there. He says to Theo that he was wondering what's going on because Theo suddenly changed the hunting place. Nicolia sees Sieg and calls him Chibi. Sieg respectfully greets him and tells him that he is the little of Theo. Nicolia tells him that this is such a grateful meeting. He praises the Abel family for their education. Nicolia is holding Sieg's head very tightly. Theo asks Nicolia to not be rough on Sieg. Sieg thinks that he is such an energetic guy, and it doesn't feel like he's a bad guy. He uses appraisal eye and sees that Nicolia's level is 17 and his adventure rank is D. His beginner elements are water and light. He is 3 years older than Theo, and he looks like a magic swordsman. Sieg sees his level and thinks that if everyone normally likes this. Nicolia asks Theo if today's plan changed because of this kid. Theo tells him that he brings Sieg here to rephrase for next year's hunt. Sieg tells Nicolia that because of him Theo changed the plan because he is the one who forced Theo to bring him for hunt. Sieg decides to give Nicolia all the monster loots in return. He will cooperate with Sieg. Nicolia praises him, saying that for a kid Sieg knows how to negotiate. Nicolia decides to accompany him with his training. He takes Sieg and put him on his shoulder. Now they're leaving to search for prey. Sieg asks Theo about why he is defeating monsters with Nicolia in secret. Nicolia tells Sieg that Theo is helping him to pay his medical bills. Nicolia tells that his family was a noble, but now they are poor, normally called a fallen noble. If it's for living, he can earn on its own. But his lil sis has annoying sickness. He can't pay the bills if he does this by himself, so Theo is forcibly helping him. Theo says that he is doing so he can practice his swordsmanship. Sieg says sorry to Nicolia because they could have hunted in a place where he could earn more money. Nicolia tells him that he doesn't have to worry about these things. They found the prey. Nicolia asks him if he is ready. Sieg asks them to wait a moment. Sieg's goal is to reach level 3 today, and then his other goal is to make use of appraisal eyes while fighting. Appraisal eyes tell him that White Rabbit is weak to fire, flame, dark, and cure element. The weak point is head below the horn. Nicolia suggests that they will surround the rabbit so it cannot escape. Sieg tells him that he will aim from here. Nicola says that this is too far, and he assumes that Sieg doesn't know how to use magic. Sieg uses a fireball and kills it in one shot. Nicolia is shocked after seeing the fireball and is more shocked because changing the shape of fire takes so much magic. Theo tells him that the training method of the Abel family is different. Sieg uses another fireball, this time much bigger. They get shocked. Theo tells Nicolia that when he was kid he can also do that. Sieg thinks that one is not enough to level, and he also wants to kill more to increase the reward for Nicolia. He asks Theo to search for more white rabbits. Theo uses wing magic called Wind Scout to search for rabbits. He finds out that there's a small group of them, and also there's one more presence that's quite strange. Nicolia takes Sieg and runs to hunt more rabbits. After killing some of them, Sieg levels up. Theo isn't familiar with the term level. Nicolia asks him if he means he grew up. Sieg almost forgot that he is the only one who knows the concept of level. His magic power went up a lot. He is finally to use one of his special blessings, advanced growth. He is not happy that his magic power is just increased by 50, but it's still almost 2 times than Nicolia. Nicolia is praising Sieg because he killed 8 white rabbits by hitting them at their weak points. He asks if everyone from Abel family is this strong. Theo says that it's because their father is a great person. Theo will be out of excuses soon, so Sieg has to hold back. That means he can't reach level 3 today. Sieg tells Nicolia that their carriage will be here to pick them up any minute. Suddenly a group of goblins jumps at them, but they just passed by them. Nicolia says that the goblins usually attack when someone gets near them. Theo points out that those goblins were injured, and white forest goblins should have been the strongest monster, and yet they were running away from something. Suddenly someone throws a big tree there. Due to this they got separated. Goblins weren't running away. It was a bait from goblins to separate them. Nicolia and Sieg are together, but Theo is alone at the other side. Nicolia mentions that the goblins don't have knowledge. Theo says that this guy has it. A big monster from the Forest of Silence appears there. Theo asks Nicolia to take Sieg and run away, otherwise they all are going to die. This monster is a goblin general. Theo is scared and thinks that a B-rank monster shouldn't be here. There are differences in magic density between White Forest and Silent Forest. There is a magic barrier as well. Because of that, it's impossible for this guy to be here. This guy is injured too. Moreover, the armor that he originally wears is gone. Theo assumes that he lost a fight over territory in the Silent Forest and goes berserk. Though, it's possible he's forced his way through the barrier. Goblin General shouts and orders small goblins to attack Sieg and Nicolia. Theo barely dodges the attack of the General Goblin. He thinks that even if the General is injured, B-rank monsters and berserk stats are very hard to defeat, and Theo can't find a way to defeat him. On the other side, Sieg and Nicolia is fighting with goblins. Theo decides that he will protect Sieg. Nicolia can defeat one goblin easily, but with this many it is hard for him to defend. Sieg uses fireballs and defeats many of them at once. Nicolia is shocked because he can't even do that. Sieg is exhausted. His level is 3 now. He can use advanced magic, but his stamina is low. With the stamina right now, if he uses advanced magic, there's a chance that he might faint. If he stays conscious, it'll be hard for him to move. So Sieg has one chance to defeat the Goblin General. Sieg was about to use magic, but suddenly so many spikes came out from the ground, injuring Theo. Sieg tries to save his brother, but Nicolia stops him because it's dangerous to go there. Now it's their turn to fight the General Goblin. Sieg uses appraisal eyes, and they tells him that the General's weakness is the helmet, but it has magic immunity. If Sieg doesn't do something about that, then it will be hard for him to defeat the General. He doesn't want to lose his brother, so he has to do something fast. Theo remembers the day when he wasn't able to protect Sieg from Gelt, so now he has to do something to save Sieg. He gets up and uses a wind net. Nicolia uses a light wall to stop the attack. Nicolia tells that he can't hold it for too long. After that, Theo uses self-taught wind magic called Spreading Wind Needle. This attack looks fatal. Nicolia praises Theo, saying that he knew Theo were amazing. Theo falls on the ground, and the General is still standing. But now his helmet is gone. Sieg asks Nicolia to throw him towards the head of the General because his weakness is the eyeball. If he aims strong magic at him, they can defeat him. Nicolia picks him up and throws him. Sieg uses a flame spear, thinking that he can't lose the chance that his brother gave him. General is finally defeated. Nicolia is shocked. Sieg is about to fall down, but Theo saves him. Sieg tells Theo that he is fine. Theo is angry because he wasn't able to save Sieg. Sieg tells him that because of Theo, he was able to defeat the monster. Theo is happy that Sieg is safe. Nicolia uses healing magic to heal them. Nicola never thought that they would be able to defeat the General Goblin. He asks Sieg how he was able to tell the weakness of the General and was able to use that strong magic. Theo tells him that to protecting Sieg, they can't answer this question. Nicolia is happy and says that he will not ask again. Nicolia says that he will not talk to anyone about what happened today, but in return he wants this ash. This is a magic crystal that is only dropped by high-ranking monsters, and it sells at high price. With this, he can bring his sister to a more skilled doctor. Sieg let him take the ash. Nevertheless, the encounter with the Goblin General was such unbelievable bad luck even in a normal situation. He thinks that he is still carrying bad luck from previous life. Helper tells him that this happened because he is lucky. Helper tells him that Sieg's wish was to level up, learn advanced level magic, and get increased reward for Nicolia. Originally, it's impossible to accomplish all of this at once. But for the sake of granting all of Sieg's wishes, because of luck, a monster that should have not lived here appeared. And that is called a chance given to a lucky one. He remembers when Willie told him that he is the lucky one that God loved. He thinks if this kind of luck continues to happen with him, involving everyone around him, but if he can seize the chance, he can save the people he wants to save, because he has the power to do that. Theo asks Sieg to wait for a while until the wounds heal up, and he also has to ask Hans to keep this a secret. We see a little monster hiding in the bushes. We see how the little monster appears in the bushes. Some people were taking him to sell him in the carriage. But suddenly a Goblin General appeared there and destroyed their carriage. That little tiger got injured due to this incident. Few months later. Right now Sieg is in an event where a noble kid will be defeating a monster for the first time. Ariane is happy because Sieg is perfectly hitting the vital part of the White Rabbit. She is praising him. Albert is shocked because he knew that Sieg can use magic, but he doesn't know that he can release this much power. Willie is happy and points out that Sieg can control his magic power. Willie assumes that Sieg can use more magic, but he reduced the magic to make it look like normal magic. Sieg thinks that he can't hide from Willie. Gilbert was shocked when he heard Sieg getting out of the mansion, and he also points out that with this kind of magic Sieg can go on a little adventure without a problem. Sieg thanks his father. Ariane is angry at Theo because he took Sieg with him to defeat monsters. Hans is the one who told everyone that Sieg goes out to defeat some monsters with Theo. Because of this, Theo and Sieg were severely scolded. Gilbert tells that after Theo's report of the corpse of a demon that shouldn't be in the White Forest, and the destroyed magic barriers have already been dealt with. Right now Albert is observing, so just hope that no new problem would arise. Sieg sees his father and thinks that he works fast, and the one who defeated that monster was Theo, Sieg, and Nicolia, but now one knows about this. Ariane gives Sieg a hug as a present for his hard work. He sees something in the bushes and thinks that there's a shadow he has never seen before. He wants to know what that is because he is feeling that something is off. He runs away saying that he will do some exploring. Ariane doesn't want him to go alone. Albert tells her that he will be fine in the White Forest, and they can get his location using magic. First she calms down, but then remembers the time when Gelt attacked Sieg, so she runs behind him to find him. Albert says that he thought after seeing Sieg Ariane will calm down a bit. Willie points out that since the incident with Gelt she's been like that. But Theo has been going out with Sieg too. Theo says that when Sieg was with him Theo was quite reluctant, but he allowed Sieg to move freely a little. Ariane can't bear the situation where Sieg's all alone. But even if they get somewhat injured, children tend to be curious. Willie says that they can only wait here and nothing else, because headache can't be healed by any magic. Willie tells Gilbert that he and Theo will go to see the magic barrier because Willie feel bad to leave it to Albert who went there first. After that we see Sieg. He finally found that little monster. This monster's name is White Tiger. His magic are advanced elements, thunder and ice. He is in a near-death situation. Tiger is scared and thinks why he is following me. Tiger doesn't want Sieg to get any closer to him. This tiger is a sacred beast. Sieg is shocked because he can understand the language of the sacred beast. He thinks that it's heavily wounded. From what Sieg read in the book, White Tiger is a protected endangered species. He is thinking about what this beast is doing here because many people can't even see it in their lifetime. He sees the wound and immediately concludes that this wound is inflicted by a high-grade magic. This tiger was about to be smuggled or get overhunted by state-level wizards, and that's why it fled here. But Sieg forgets everything and just wants to heal it. Sieg raises his hand to heal it, but the tiger bites him. But despite getting bitten, he still heals the tiger using light heal. Tiger is shocked. Sieg tells him that he is now healed. Tiger gets happy and is not scared anymore. Sieg pet him and thinks that this tiger is pretty cute, and his fur is also fluffy. Sieg says that the tiger must be scared, and also praises him, saying that he has done well until today. Tiger is very happy and hugs him. Tiger says to him that he is a good person and Tiger will always be grateful. Helper appears there and tells Sieg that the contract with the white tiger has been established. Sieg asks him about the meaning of this contract. Helper tells him that just now Sieg and the white tiger have formed a blood contract. Sieg asks him about the blood contract and what it does. Helper starts explaining, saying that the blood contract is to put the contractor's blood into one's body so the bond can be connected. This ancient contract method can only be used with a high-grade magical beast and sacred beast. Sieg doesn't remember doing that, but he suddenly notices that the beast is continuously licking his blood. Ariane appears there and hugs him from behind. She mentions that Sieg suddenly becomes heavier. Sieg is holding on to White Tiger, that's why he is heavier. Ariane gets scared. Sieg tells his father that he picked up a black cat's baby, but Albert tells him that the color of fur is too white. Sieg tries to cover up, saying that if you eat something from White Forest, you can also become white. Albert points out that the White Forest isn't the habitat for Black Cat. Sieg tries to cover up, saying that the White Tiger got lost and got in when the magical barrier broke. He thinks that he can't say that this guy is a White Tiger. A rare species to be protected was in Father's territory, and Sieg established a contract without permission. Sieg thinks that it's really bad politically and as a noble too. If White Tiger stays with a Sieg using concealment magic, he can hide the fact that it's a white tiger. Sieg asks Albert that he wants to take care of this tiger. Ariane rejects his request and tells him that it's very dangerous to raise a magic beast. Sieg tells them that when he found this tiger, he was really injured, so that's why this tiger can't live on his own. Ariane mentions that Sieg just got bitten by this tiger. Sieg tells her that it's happened because Sieg made him scared. Ariane asks Gilbert to not allow Sieg to raise this beast, but Sieg says otherwise. Gilbert asks Sieg to swear that until the end of this tiger, Sieg will take the responsibility to protect it and raise it. Sieg with full confidence replies that he will take the responsibility. Gilbert allows him to raise the tiger. Ariane is still objecting, but Gilbert didn't listen to her and asks her to help Sieg to raise this tiger. Sieg thanks his father for allowing him to raise the tiger. Then Gilbert asks him if he is the one who healed this tiger. Sieg replies with yes. Gilbert is proud because Sieg can use healing at such a young age. Ariane says that she will not object anymore because her father allowed to raise this beast, but she still doesn't trust that beast. So she decides to strictly monitor Sieg until she confirms that Sieg is safe. Sieg doesn't want that. Now Sieg can't move freely or do anything. Tiger is posing cute in front of Ariane to show that he is not dangerous. But Ariane will not get fooled by this cute pose. Sieg is outside and says that he can use the advanced magic now, but at this rate he can't train because of troublesome Ariane monitoring him all the time. He must do something to get some time alone. Tiger asks Sieg about why he is in such a rush. Sieg tells him that because of him dangerous things will happen to his family, so in order to protect everyone he has to get stronger. Tiger asks him if he is scared. So the tiger asks Sieg to rub him because while rubbing, Sieg smiles. Ariane is seeing everything and says that she knows that the tiger is not bad, but sometimes unexpected people can hurt the things they hold most dear. She said this while thinking about the Gelt attack on Sieg. She wants to believe that the tiger is not harmful, but she thinks that it's not going to be good for Sieg if they stay like this. So she decides that if nothing happens tonight, she will conclude that the tiger is not dangerous. At night, Sieg sighs because they somehow made it through today. He expected that Ariane would not come when it's time for sleep, so now it's his chance to use the advanced magic. But when he was about to use it, she appeared there. Sieg asks her about the matter and why she is here because it has already passed Sieg's bedtime. She tells him that that's why she came. Ariane tells him that she is going to sleep with him. Sieg thinks, what is this situation? He already gained father's permission to keep this white tiger after saving it, but Ariane is worried that the white tiger will hurt Sieg, so she's always watching. But he didn't expect her to force Sieg to sleep with her. He can't train his advanced magic like this. Since it's come to this, he'll do what he learned when defeating the Goblin General. There's no other way other than trying that magic. He uses spatial movement and steadily gets away from there without waking her up. Sieg thinks that it worked. He can't use this in front of people, and it's his first time using it. He's glad that it worked well. With this, he can go to the White Forest to train. Tiger also wakes up. Beast asks Sieg to not go. Sieg asks him to not talk because it can wake up Ariane. Beast tells him that if he goes by himself, Ariane will be sad. Sieg tells him that he'll be back before she wakes up and asks the Beast to rest because he's still not fully recovered. He says that he is going to become stronger to protect his family. He uses spatial movement and disappears from there. Beast jumps out of the window and goes outside. Sieg is inside the White Forest and is exhausted because using high-level magic consumes so much stamina. But this is nothing. He has been training by himself to death for the upcoming White Hunt. He used ice magic called Ice Cluster, and it worked. He is so happy. Now he should be able to use other advanced magic, so he decides to keep going. Now he is about to use the last advanced magic. He uses thunder magic. It takes that shape of Gelt that makes him scared. Sieg destroyed the magic and thinks that the magic in this world is strongly affected by the caster's imagination. When he casted thunder magic, because of the trauma from that time it went berserk. He falls on the ground because he used too much magic. Helper tells him that the excessive consumption of magical power rapidly depletes physical strength. If this continues, Sieg will faint. Helper asks him to stay strong. Sieg is about to faint and remembers that he told the Beast that he will come before Ariane wakes up. He calls himself weak and asks the reason. Sieg thinks that he has a special power, but he couldn't save his mother, and he decided that he would always be strong after seeing Theo hurt because of his fate. And yet, the trauma of being beaten by Gelt that time never left his mind. He was afraid that he would be crushed by such weakness, saying that he faints. In the morning, everyone is finding Sieg. Maid tells Theo that they already searched the main building, but Sieg isn't there. Theo already searched another building with Windcoot, and Sieg isn't there too, even the Beast Child. They also called Gilbert, so they could widen the range of search. Ariana thought that the magical beast did something. Maid tells her that someone said they saw the child of the magical beast the Sieg had. Ariane asks if Sieg was there. Maid tells her that Sieg wasn't there. She tells Ariane that the beast was running outside the mansion, and there's a chance that it headed towards the White Forest. Because it was late at night, the maid thought she mistook it for something else, so that's why she didn't report it at that time. After hearing that, Ariane concludes that the beast was chasing after Sieg. She immediately runs toward the White Forest. On her way, she sees the beast who is carrying Sieg back home. Irini runs toward them. She takes the Sieg and notices that he is breathing, but he is unconscious. Magical Beast is sad and licks Sieg's hand. She takes both of them and says that she will definitely save Sieg. After some time, Sieg opens his eyes and finds out that Ariane is healing him. Ariane is very happy after seeing him wake up. She tells him that she was really worried for him. Gilbert is happy that Sieg is back, but also angry because he goes to White Forest alone. Ariane still thinks that someone else took Sieg to White Forest, but Sieg tells him they went there alone. Gilbert asks him the reason for which he goes there alone. He tells that it takes some hours to reach White Forest for a kid. Sieg thinks that he can't tell them that he used movement magic and for training advanced level magic. He's hiding a lot from them, and he might cause Gilbert more trouble than he already has. Sieg is thinking about what to say. Gilbert says that he can't let this slide, so as a punishment Sieg can't go outside the mansion for 2 weeks. And surveillance magic will be used to watch Sieg. Sieg understands. Gilbert comments that Sieg is a smart kid who always thinks about his family, and Gilbert knows that Sieg didn't go outside to do bad things. Gilbert knows that whenever Sieg hides something he does for the family, and asks him to rest assured because there is no one who is weak in the Able family. There's no need for Sieg to carry weight alone, so he shouldn't forget to rely on family. Sieg thinks, right, my family is not weak. I've seen that many times before. I didn't have to carry it alone. Surely everyone will not. Sieg tells them that he was training magic alone because he doesn't want to shock people with his strong magic. If he doesn't get strong, everyone, like Mother, would disappear, or so he thought. He was scared. Gilbert is shocked because Sieg remembers about the time that he spent with his mother. Ariane tries to calm him, saying that no one will go away from now on. Gilbert hugs them and says that he will protect everyone. After that, we see Sieg in his room. He says that it's his time crying in front of people. After that, he was seen by brothers who came back from reporting the incident. He is feeling embarrassed. He thinks that because he tells them everything, he is feeling relieved. He was genuine in his desire to be strong for his family, but maybe he also wanted to rely on someone else. He decides to not do any reckless things that will make everyone sad. And he thanks Tiger for saving him. Tiger tells him that he likes Sieg, that's why he saved him. Now he wants Sieg to pet him as a reward. Sieg starts petting him but then realizes that he never gave this beast a name. Sieg's name is actually Siegbert, but everyone calls him Sieg, so decides to call this tiger Haku from now on. Haku is very happy. They decide to take care of each other because they are now partners. We see the Abel family's main building. Gilbert is thinking that Sieg remembers the time that he spent with his mother. It's great, but that is just a painful memory. Then Gilbert realized that he did nothing for Sieg until now. Sieg's magical skills and intelligence have grown to the point where he is no longer considered a child. No other child in the history of the Abel family has been so gifted. He was about to say something, but then Albert and Willie appeared there. Albert tells Gilbert that he is here to report about the clear magical ash that has been found in White Forest. Gilbert asks Albert for the results. He tells him that for the last few months, the magic crystal ash found in the White Forest was appraised. The course of the Goblin General has been identified. It seems that they indeed broke through the magical barrier from the Silent Forest into the White Forest. Willie says that the only issue is who can defeat this B-rank monster. Willie figures out from the last monster hunt that Sieg is the one who defeated that monster. Albert gets shocked and denies to believe that Sieg is the one who defeats the Goblin General. Gilbert points out that when Theo came to report that he found magic crystal ash, he was hiding his wounds from them. There's no way that someone as powerful as Theo can get injured in White Forest. Albert asks if Theo is the one who saves Sieg from the monsters. Willie tells him that it's definitely a possibility. Gilbert asks them to erase any traces that show that the Sieg is the one who defeats the monsters. They should erase those traces in order to protect Sieg. Albert tells them that due to magical crystal ash being in the market, there's a tale circulating among adventurers about a brave individual who managed to defeat a B-rank monster. This story has quickly become popular among adventurers. However, Albert and his team already spread false information, claiming that the monster was defeated by the elite knight in order to deceive them. The seller of the magic crystal ash was none other than Theo's friend who had accompanied him at the time. Thanks to their stubbornness, the source and information on how to obtain it was not disclosed. Albert was able to settle things peacefully. Willie praises him, saying that he'd expect no less from a promising member of the First Order. Then Will tells that the magic crystal ash has already been purchased for research purposes by the Magic Brigade, the 3rd magic unit, which Willie belong in. They're conducting an experiment on the new teleportation stone under national orders. He plans on using these materials to the very last drop. Gilbert says sorry to Albert for troubling. Albert says that there's no problem because he did all this for his little brother. Willie tells them that as of now, Sieg possesses advanced magic attributes, a superior magical nature. Unlike Gelt, who is different. But Sieg hasn't appeared in the public eye or become a topic of conversation. They want to keep Sieg's uniqueness hidden from the Ministry of Magic and the Magic School for now. Gilbert wants Sieg to live freely without being bound by anything. This is also Leah's wish. Gilbert points out that the Sieg is not an ordinary child, and he also becomes smarter with his magic powers increasing. The fact that Sieg was able to go to the White Forest alone in such a short time. Gilbert asks if Sieg gets his hands on a transference stone somewhere. Willie tells that the magic-infused stones are expensive and hard to come by. Magic stones. If you use a magic-infused glass stone, you can unleash the magic that's been sealed within it. Willie is sure that Sieg learned teleportation spells or something similar. He points out that this is a great opportunity to look at Sieg progress. Albert wasn't able to see Sieg at White Hunt because he was investigating the magic barrier, so he asks if he can somehow see it. Gilbert tells him that he used a projection stone to take a picture of Sieg while white hunting. Now they are looking at Sieg pictures. Next day, Sieg tells Willie that he is so strong. Willie tells him that he still has a long way to go, but Sieg can see everything with his appraisal eye. Willie's level is 60, has many elements including advanced. All stats are so much more than Sieg's stats. Sieg is happy because he is learning from his uncle, so he decides to give it all in this training, but sadly he can't use advanced magic in front of him. After that, we see Willy is also checking Sieg. He thinks that Sieg's magic power increased so much. One day Sieg is going to pass Willy with an unstoppable speed. Haku is back with the branch of the tree. Sieg praises Haku and tells his uncle that the name of this tiger is Haku. Willy uses his appraisal eye and checks the hake and confirms that this a black cat. He has never seen someone with such beautifully white fur. Willy tells that the Haku has lightning and ice magic. Haku has such amazing potential. Sieg is happy because Haku's concealment is working properly. Willy notices that the flow of magical energy of Haku seems off. He asks for permission to touch Haku's body. He sees something and says that there's a faint trace of magic color. He explains that magic color is like a magic rainbow that leaves a lingering trace when you savor those advanced spells. As long as it doesn't disappear, it'll inhibit the flow of magic power. Sieg gets worried and asks if the healing spell didn't work on it. Willy tells him that a bit of a tricky spell is cast on Haku. It's a curse. When Sieg checks the stats of Haku again, it clearly says that she is cursed. Sieg was so distracted to look at it before. Sieg assumes that it happened because he used healing magic foolishly. Willy tells him that it's not his fault. Hidden curses are easily overlooked even by discerning eyes. It's some kind of harassment magic, something malicious criminals would do. Willy takes some of the hairs of Haku and thinks that he will give the same pain to those criminals who did this. Willy mentions that if this curse wasn't fixed, then Haku will never be able to use magic. Sieg asks if there is any way to fix it. Willy tells him that the divine magic spell, Holy Purge, can even dispel curses of different magic hues. Unfortunately, Willy won't have the sweet moves of sacred magic. Sieg thinks that it's an advanced magic that Sieg hasn't learned yet. He could learn it in time, but he wonders if there's anything they can do for Haku right now. He remembers that Gilbert told him to rely on his family. Sieg tells Willy that he knows someone who can fix Haku. They tell Ariane everything, and she says that it's too cruel for Haku. Sieg mentions that Ariane recently learned holy magic and asks if she can fix Haku with that magic. She replies that she still lacks the necessary magical power to use holy purification. She's sorry, but she lacks the power to heal Haku. Willy tries to reassure her, saying that there are very few people who can use holy magic at her age. She shows them a holy purification stone. She tells that when her mother was still alive, she ordered it from the magic city-state of Lin. At the time, she could only use light magic. With the single-minded desire to help her mother, she desperately aimed to master holy magic. But her power fell short. By the time she obtained the stone, it was already too late. She will be able to help Haku with this. Haku is sad because this is something that is precious to Ariane, so Haku doesn't want her to use this on Haku. Ariane thinks that Haku is saying this because she hates Ariane. Sieg tells her that she is refusing because this is something important to Ariane. Haku doesn't want that stone to disappear. Ariane tells Haku that she wants to say sorry to Haku for so long. She wants to say sorry because she was doubting Haku and wanted to say thanks for saving Sieg. She is about to use the stone. Stone starts glowing. Haku says that her body feels all warm and cozy. Willy mentions that the flow of magic has returned to normal. Sieg thanks to Ariane. Willy asks Haku to copy him and use ice magic. Haku uses the ice magic and creates ice leaves. Haku was able to use magic that make her happy. There is so much snow on the ground. Sieg says that he can create a snowman with this. Everyone is playing with snow, so Willy postpones the training section. A fairy-like girl appears there and says that she wants to play too. This is the mysterious shadow that knows Sieg. This is the end of the video. Subscribe for the next part.